Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Happiest Sunday ever. Oh my goodness, it is an absolutely beautiful day in New York. I feel like my spirit has returned. The weight has lifted, the gray has lifted, and it is a beautiful day. I mean, it is like the most amazing thing to wake up and it's like bright blue. Like I went to bed at like 5 a.m. So I kind of woke up like really late. And so I woke up to bright blue skies and it is so beautiful. It is like, you would never believe that there was a flood a couple of days ago in New York. Where I am, there is no flood, but downtown, I'm sure it's probably a little bit different. I haven't been down there since the flood, but um, it is just absolutely beautiful in New York. So if you're in New York, I'm happy for us. And everywhere else in the world, I hope your day is, I hope it is as beautiful as it is here. So I haven't been outside yet, so I don't know like if it's cold or hot or whatever it is doing. You know, I'm just happy that we have sunshine. Like, thank you, Lord. We're seeing color again. It is just really, really beautiful. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to Facts and Two Cents. Again, this is Petal. As you know, we are a channel that's supposed to do Duchess of Sussex, Harry, Meghan, Archie, Baby, Lily, Mama, Doria, Pula, Guy, the chickens. All of us here at Sussex Squad. Welcome, everyone. And say hi to all my friends in the chat. Today, we are supposed to have Peace coming on to chat with us about her amazing adventure in Dusseldorf. And so obviously we had Peace on last year when she went to The Hague. She went to the first time. She went there as a supporter, and then this year she was a volunteer. So I am very excited to hear all about her experience. Been following her if you're on social media, if you're on especially Twitter. I don't know if Peace is on Instagram. I don't usually follow any royal stuff on Instagram, so I don't know. I only follow it on Twitter. So if you're on Twitter, or maybe wait, has she been on Spoutable? I don't remember if she's on Spoutable, but if you're on Twitter, definitely. So you've been following her along as she goes. She posts some of the cutest things on Twitter. So we're supposed to have Peace at some point. She'll join us hopefully soon, and we can hear all about her time in Dusseldorf. But in the meantime, I'm just going to say hi to everyone, and we some fun stuff before we even get to Peace. But say hi to Fancy is here. Hello, Fancy. And Rosa is here, and Sonny is here, and Leslie is here. Hello, Leslie. Lydia Washington, our awesome moderator, is here. Hello, Lydia. And Amaka is here. Hello, Amaka. And Dansbird is here. And Rosa. And wait, I said already. Let's see who else is here. Oh, Mrs. S is here. Hi, Mrs. S. And Louise is here. And who else is here? Antoinette is here, and Rafaela is here, and Anne is here. Hello, guys. Who else is here with us? Lorna is here. Hello, Lorna. Let's see. Annie Bennett is here, and Emma Day is here. Hi, guys. And so we'll say hello to everyone as we go along. But you guys, hold on for 1 second. I just realized I don't think I turned off or did the, turning out trolls from my platform, from our chat. So hold on 1 second. Let me go and make sure I did, because for some reason I'm thinking, I don't think I did. So hold on 1 second. Let me jump over and turn that off. Um, Okay, I'm so glad I remembered because I did not turn it on. I did not do my filter thing, so to make sure that we don't have any trolls here. So I'm very, very, very happy. I just remembered. Oh my goodness, Peace is here. Hi, Peace. Hang on, Peace. You want to turn off your camera, or you want to come on where we can see you? It's up to you. Peace is here. But Peace, as you as you figure out your camera, before we even get to you, so hang out there for a minute because today is a very, very, very special day, and we've been talking about this man for the last like week, and we've been just having a lot of fun talking about President Carter and just the amazing man he is. And I've been praying that he would stay alive and to see his 99th birthday. And today is his 99th birthday. And so I just want to say happy birthday to President Carter. It has been such a joy just, just sort of following, again, he is in hospice care. He's been there for 7 months. And when they put him in there, it was supposed to be weeks that he would be alive. He was supposed to be, according to everyone, I guess, and doctors and everything, that he was supposed to have gone like 7 months ago. And he is here. I mean, last week he was at a peanut parade. And apparently he's been eating a lot of peanut butter ice cream, which is his favorite thing. So, they are thinking that's probably what's kept him alive, and also his wonderful Atlanta Braves best baseball team has been doing great. So he might be staying around to see the playoffs and maybe World Series. So, so happy birthday, President Carter! Oh my goodness, Glenn, thank you so much for your super sticker. Wow, I appreciate this incredible donation. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow. Thank you so much. Just really grateful for your support, guys. I really, really appreciate it. Going back to President Carter, I just, I hope he has lots and lots and lots of peanut butter ice cream today. Just eat to your heart's content. So it just and so many people have been wishing him happy birthday today, whatever it is he's doing with his family, with his wife. I just wish him all the best. And so with Peace, before we get to, let's just do a little bit more, some of the happy birthday greetings to him from different people in no particular order. President Obama is like, happy 99th birthday, President Carter. You've inspired so many people around the world with your leadership, character, and commitment to service. Michelle and I hope you have a wonderful birthday and send our best wishes to you and Rosalind, obviously, Mrs. Carter. And then the White House would have a big, happy birthday cake. Setup thing for him, a special display at the White House in celebration of former President Carter's 99th birthday. Happy birthday, President Carter. And Hillary Clinton, she's subtweeting the Carter Center. They had tweeted inspiring message from one president to another. Thank you, Bill Clinton, for your sweet birthday wishes. And President Clinton did a little video saying happy birthday, and then Hillary, obviously Mrs. Clinton, saying happy 99th birthday, President Carter. And Senator Warnock, I don't remember, is he Senator Bay or Senator Boo? I can't remember which is which. I think he's probably Senator Boo, and the other one in Atlanta is Senator Bay. I don't remember. But Senator Warnock says, happy birthday, President Carter. Your service to the state and to our country has been invaluable. The legacy you create over the last 99 years will endure now and forever. I'm grateful for your leadership and hope you have a special day filled with love and joy. And I say ice cream and baseball. Um, the Carter Center. Well, they we had looked at them before, but President Biden at the bottom. Also, a little video says, President Carter, you remain the spirit and the heart of the country. Sorry, heart of the American people. It's a great honor to know you and to have worked with you. Jill and I wish you a happy birthday. And Vice President Al Gore says, one of my fondest memories with President Carter was joining him at the Habitat for Humanity project in Atlanta. Jimmy, your dedication to public service is an inspiration. Thank you for all you have done for the country in your 99 years. And a couple more. That is a huge cake. Apparently, that was in 1980. The Presidential Library just trip down memory lane. Happy birthday to President Carter on his 99th birthday, and the image being presented with a birthday cake during this trip to visit the Auto Workers Union. Back in 1980, and that's a car at the top of the cake. And I just thought that was the coolest thing. And then finally, Habitat for Humanity, where he has worked, building homes and, for so many years, including that last picture from the, I think the last episode that we had talked about him, where a day before he was doing a project for Habitat for Humanity, he fell, cut his face. He had 14 stitches, but showed up the next day to go and build homes. And so it's amazing. And so Habitat for Humanity says, happy 99th birthday, President Carter. We are so grateful for your timeless support, your fierce advocacy, and your moral leadership. You inspire us every day. And, I'm telling you, that's kind of what you want when you reach this age, you know what I mean? And you have, you want that kind of legacy. You want that kind of honor. You want that kind of, that after you've gone, what you've done impacted people's lives, and people could take from that and learn from that and be inspired by it and be motivated to do whatever. So I just, happy birthday, President Carter. It's just been an honor just, chatting about him, and again, I haven't done a really deep dive research into him, but all that I've been hearing about him is that he was just an amazing man and just so dedicated to service, no matter what the situation is, about serving people. And I mean, hey, and you think of the people that as a squatty, who we've been supporting is just people who serve, like Harry and Meghan, who just dedicate their life to just giving back, and who, you can't help but admire that. So I was just very much like, you go, President Carter, you go eat that ice cream and you stay strong, So there you go. But anyway, I just thought that was really cool. So anyways, over to Peace. Hey, Peace. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Happy
Let me just also wish President Carter a happy birthday. I didn't realize it was his birthday today, so wishing him a happy birthday and a happy independence to Nigeria.
Yes. It's Nigeria. Well, it's so funny because we're gonna be talking about your peeps. Oh my goodness.
My
So
sister
first and foremost,
and my
you all
brother-in-law.
rested up and everything.
Yeah, I just feel deflated right now. It was just, I don't know, it was just one of the best, nearly over a week. And it was just, I don't even know how to describe it in words, but it was just fabulous.
Oh man.
Yeah, I thought nothing could beat IG-22, but
Mm-hmm.
I think Germany went all out. Or maybe I should be fair and say on an equal path, because I felt the same way last year after the games that I felt this year. So maybe I should say on the same equal par.
Okay, the same feeling of,
Yeah,
that withdrawal feeling.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So, for those of you who don't know who Peace is a Sussex squatty. And Peace has been on here a few times. She was here last year when she went to the Invictus Games at The Hague. We had a great time debriefing with her, all the wonderful things that she experienced there. And so I'm like, well, who better to bring back and to share with us? And we have other squatties as well who I'm hoping will come on at some point and debrief with us about all the wonderful things that they have experienced at the games. And of course, again, as I was saying earlier, if you're on especially Twitter, you most likely have been following, of course you'll follow the Duchess. She's our Duchess. So you've been Peace, do you have Instagram?
I do, but
Okay.
it's more to do with the sickle cell, so people don't
Oh,
really know that it's me. But it's
okay.
a world without sickle cell.
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
Mm.
This is what I thought because like I was saying, I only follow royal stuff on Twitter and
Yeah,
obviously Audible. But other than that, like Instagram and stuff, I don't follow any royal stuffs there. So
yeah.
I never know who has Instagram over there or not. But cool. So Peace is here today to debrief with us. Let me I know, hang on one second, Peace. Before we even go further, I think someone was saying oh, Church Nelly. Hi, Church Nelly, our awesome moderator. She was saying President Carter. She's talking about President Carter. President Carter was a president way before his time. He put solar panels in the White House only for that idiot Reagan to remove it. Are you kidding? I didn't even know that. Wow. So he was a man. Talk about goodness. He was well advanced there.
Mm.
Wow. That's interesting. Thank you, Church. Now I had no idea. And Sherry is wishing happy independence to Nigeria, independence in 1963. So
No, 1960.
1960
In
independence, and then
1963, we became a
republic.
republic. Yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay, there you go. And so okay, so happy well, independence really. Happy
Well,
becoming a republic in
it's
1963.
it's all in words, really. We're still manipulated by the colonizers.
Exactly. I always, because especially with the independence, you became independent. I was like, no, you're not. That's like a mom, the little kids running, and you know how you have
Yeah,
the mom have the string in the back, and the kid is like, I'm free, but the mom is really holding the string in the back there.
exactly. Yeah.
That's exactly what that was. So, anyways, back to the games. Okay. So first and foremost, was it easier? Because I remember the drama of the Hague, getting to the Hague. Was it
Well,
easier for you this time?
this time around, we were on time. We got to the airport on time. Everything went smoothly. I wasn't, because actually we're as a volunteer, we're more or less going out to work. So that's one thing that I don't mess about with when I'm going out to work. So everything was in place. We were on time. We did everything we were supposed to do. And then, I went with my sister. She's probably listening in. She was just supposed to be there for the opening. And I think she saw my uniform and fell in love with it and joined up there and then. So she became a volunteer for a couple of days and all.
Oh, that is so yeah. I mean that I love the wave thing that they have on that uniform,
Yeah.
bright yellow. It's so funny. So she got to stay there for a couple of days. Did you have to find your own accommodation, or they put you up in a place, or how did that work?
Well, they did find accommodation, like they were like hostels. They found cheaper places for the volunteers, but you know me, I do like my own comfort, so I did actually get my own hotel. And I'll tell you now, we stayed at Hotel Windsor.
That is so funny. What was Hotel Windsor like?
It's lovely. It was tradition. There's more to, when you think of our royal family here, that type of traditional setting. That's what it was like. So it was like the old Victorian kind of setting. I mean, it's mixed with a bit of modernization as well, but that was the theme of the hotel. Hence, it's being called Hotel Windsor, and that's why I chose it, because I thought, well, what more to upset the derangers by, the
Staying
Duchess
in Hotel Windsor.
staying at the Hotel Windsor.
That is so funny. What was it very close to where the games were being
No,
held?
it wasn't. It was like a 30 minutes train ride, but it was our transport was free, so it didn't really matter. So they paid. We didn't have to pay for any transport on the bus or on the trams or on the train. It was all free for us. So
Oh,
the
wow.
distance didn't make no difference.
Right. And so you got to use the Invictus train a
I
lot.
did. That was my favourite bit. I was so looking forward to using the Invictus train. And because because we all use that, you meet lots of people on the way to the stadium. Minute you could be in a carriage with Team UK, or the next
Mhm.
it could be Team USA or Team Ukraine. So you just meet so many people, because they're all the final destination is actually the stadium. So
Mhm.
it was honestly, I'm even finding it difficult to explain in words the whole thing. It was just wonderful. The organization of it was all. I know there are a few people that volunteered that will have a different experience to what I did, but I think it's because I made it the way I wanted it to be.
Mhm.
Whereas some people, they went out and they just stuck to, they're volunteers and they wanted things working. But I made, like, the bench. Someone just asked me to go and pick up the bench from somewhere. They thought, oh, they were giving me a job that nobody else would wanted, so they gave me the job to pick up the bench, to go and deliver it to a certain place, and all of a sudden that became my bench. So
Ah, well,
yeah.
you know what? Talk about the bench. Hang on one second. So let me find the benches. I loved your bench. I was like,
So the
where are
bench,
your
I mean, I
benches?
don't know if you're listening. I mean, okay, I also want to shout out to Annette. She's one of your listeners. Obviously, she's heard me on your podcast quite a few times. So she was also in Germany, and she sent me a message on Instagram to say she was going to be there. So we also met out there as well. So that was nice.
Ah,
Yeah.
so this is these. She's like, my bench is
But
getting ever so popular. I might need to start booking appointments. They don't want to talk. They just want to take photos.
yeah. So you see the lady in the lady in the photograph, the white lady
Uh-huh.
standing up. She runs a service in Germany that for military personnel, they could, if they need to talk, they could
Mhm.
just go to this service, and they can sit down and talk about anything. So that's the service she runs in Germany. So this bench was she used the bench to kind of promote her service. But if you remember last year in The Hague, the bench was yellow. I don't
Right.
know if you
Yellow bench.
remember.
Yes.
Yeah, it was yellow. So it was the main feature in The Hague. Whereas in Germany, which was a little bit annoying, it wasn't kind of featured. So the
Ah.
reason why it wasn't yellow is because the Germans have a very dark history, where they said that they used to sit on the yellow bench before they went into the gas chamber.
Oh, yeah. Well, I
So
can
that's
see why
why
you wouldn't want yellow. Yeah.
it was painted black with
Right.
the Invictus stuff on it. So they didn't actually make a big deal about the bench in Germany like they did in The Hague, which, because every time you would hear an announcement about, oh, the bench has been moved to this place or this
Mhm.
location, go and look for it and sit on the bench and talk to people. So just similar to how the Duchess of Sussex, with her book, where
Mhm.
she had the bench, that was a similar thing, is what that bench kind of represents.
Right.
But they didn't promote it as much in Germany. I don't know, because they didn't really like the old idea of the bench. I'm not quite sure why it wasn't, but it wasn't featured, which
Mhm.
I tried my possible best to get it featured, even to try and drag Harry and Meghan onto that bench, but it never happened. I did speak to their PR team and said, look, this is supposed to be a main feature, and it doesn't seem to have. And she did say that if they have the time, they'll put it in, but it never happened. It never materialized, which was a little bit upsetting. But anyway, everybody else who I had everybody come on my bench. I had the teams, I had my Nigerian team, and that was my boss. That's my boss. He gave me that job thinking that I would be upset because it was just to go and carry a bench, and he said, oh, you can stay there all week. So I just turned it into my own little venture, and everybody started to hear about it and started getting popular, and people going, oh my God, I want to know about this bench. And everybody was just coming to take their photograph. And he did talk to the lady with her service, but it only is relevant to people that live in Germany.
So did anyone talk to you about anything other than just take a photo, or they just wanted to take photos?
They just wanted to take photos. And then the people that the personnel, like the guys in the first picture, they talked to the lady about the service in Germany, but everybody else, were just taking a picture on the bench.
And this is like Team UK. They're from are they supporters, or were they also competitors?
The lady, I can't read, let me put my glasses on, I can't really see. The lady sitting, so the lady holding the sign, she was a power lifter. So she got a gold medal, and then the two beside her, her friends and family.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
That her name's Tilly. I mean, when I was doing before the game started, I don't know if you noticed, I was doing like a countdown with all the team UK, where I was, mentioned them each day. So she was one of the people that I mentioned before the games. Her name's Tilly.
Oh, okay. Because I wasn't sure. And then this is, and I was like, is Brett? This is the same person, right, Brett?
Yeah, the same one, the same guy.
Because I was just like, wait a minute, that looked like the same Brett.
It's the same guy. I got into a lot of trouble with this one because they were playing Team UK, the basketball, and I was up there supporting Team UK, flying the flag, and as soon as they beat them, I quickly threw off that. I changed my t-shirt.
Talk about a fair weather supporter.
Well, you know me, I like to be on the winning team. That's why I support Harry and Meghan.
And this is you guys, because I remember when I saw this photo, I'm like, I remember this from last year.
Yeah.
This is both of you from last year, and we also won gold, I think, last year, right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he's a gold medalist twice. No, I think 3 times over. He's brilliant. He's such a lovely guy. And I said to him, "Do you remember me from last year?" He said, "Of course I do. The Sausage Squad."
I saw this. I was like, "Oh, oh my goodness!" So, of course, the next games, I expect to get another photo from the both of you.
Well, hopefully. I mean, I think with the Invictus games, it's people that they feel really need to be out there, need the Invictus games. So it's not everyone it's not everyone that was there. I remember Brett. There might have been other people, but it's not everyone that comes every 2 years. It's the people that they think still needs, help with their healing. So obviously Brett,
because Gabe wasn't here this time either.
Yeah, he wasn't there. Yeah,
Gabe is he is doing great.
Yeah, I think after the Invictus games, things started happening for him. So I think he's happy. We've watched it on the Invictus. What was it? The Heart of Invictus. He just looked really happy. Looked really, I don't know. He just looked good. So I'm quite happy for him. And there was 2 other ladies that from Team USA that I was hoping was going to be there this time, but they weren't, which was quite sad because they were just so beautiful ladies. I just was hoping that they would be back, but they weren't.
Yeah, but I mean, it's good that they're not back, because
it's good. That's the way I look at it.
Mean that they're doing well. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
because Gabe is now a pickleball coach.
Oh wow!
For veterans. Yeah, so he's
that's
doing
great.
well.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh, Leslie. Leslie has a question for you. She says, "Peace. Are there any tips, or are there any tips you can give us for those of us who are going to volunteer in and I'm assuming she mean in Whistler.
Yeah,
My understanding is there will be two locations, Whistler and Vancouver,
yeah,
and they are about an hour apart.
yeah. I think you can choose. You don't. I don't think you have to. You don't have to do both. You can choose. Like if I'm going, well, I will be going, God willing. I'm only going to do Vancouver because I can't stand the cold. So I'm
Right.
only going to do Vancouver because I know Vancouver. Even if it is cold, it's not going to be as bad as like
Up in the
the not.
mountains, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm only planning to do Vancouver, and then but I say that now. Come, when in 2 years' time, it might be my plans might have changed. But I haven't
Hmm.
been to Canada before, so I want to really do the Invictus, and then have at least another week to tour Canada. So
Hmm.
I don't know, but there's not really much tips I can give you because when you volunteer for these games, you have to kind of make it your own. There's quite a few people that wanted things in a certain way, and it wasn't that way, so they complained a lot. Whereas I made my volunteering thing my thing,
Hmm.
and I enjoyed every minute of it. But not everyone will have the same experience.
Right. Gotcha, gotcha.
Mm.
So basically, you make it your own.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
They're not
Okay.
paying. They're not paying you, so obviously, do what you got to do. And
Hmm.
I luckily with my bench, I was able to run around and speak to people. I mean, because sometimes you're working in a certain place, you've got to be at that certain place and
Right.
do what they ask of you. But because I made this bench my thing, I was able to run around to go and see the teams, go and meet
Hmm.
people. Every time Harry and Meghan showed up somewhere, I could be there to,
Hmm.
and because of what I was doing, because I was more or less the PR for that bench.
Right.
And then I became an honorary friends and family for the Nigerian team. So I was in all them spaces.
Talk about the Nigeria team. Let's talk about them for a second. Hang on one
Oh
second.
my God. Oh my God.
Hang on. Oh, before we even get there,
Yeah.
since we're on let's stay on the bench for a second.
Yeah.
I love this. We'll get to Nigeria in a second. I absolutely love this. You and your dog. So,
No, don't talk to me about that dog. Don't. That
oh,
dog, that dog was a mess. He doesn't speak English. He only speaks German, and he doesn't listen to me. You know what? Me personally, I'm going to be honest. I'm not an animal lover, so I think animals know. They can tell. So this dog was just trying to play, just mess with me, and honestly, he just ran rings around me.
so this is what tweet, and your tweet was just cracking me up. She said tweet. She tweeted, or at least now posted because it's now X and not Twitter.
Yeah.
It says, "I have been working so hard. I've been working so hard, though. Many will disagree with me. My boss believes I'm a good advert for the band, so only her thoughts matter. I have now been given an assistant. There is a problem, though. My assistant only understands German." Can someone from the Nigerian team come to the bench and teach my assistant any Nigerian languages? Only one of us is allowed to sit here looking pretty. And then we see like you and the dog are having a fight. And she's like, my assistant has been fired. There can be only one drama queen at this bench. All Francesca wanted me to do was rub her belly all day. She's lucky I didn't have to court martial for arguing with me. I love it.
That
I
dog
love
was a
it. The
mess.
dog is like, I don't understand you. I'm out.
That dog was a mess,
Speak
honestly.
German.
All he wanted to do was me to take him for a walk, or he to lie down and me rub his belly. I was like, that's not what I'm here to do. I need to
Well,
sit
that's
here
an
pretty.
international language.
I don't speak German. It's not my fault.
And then there is this wonderful story, staying on the dog for a second. Wonderful, wonderful story. Can you tell us a little bit about this story?
Oh God, yeah, that was another one of my trips to work on the Invictus train, and I was sitting next to, well, across from this guy called Robert, And he had his dog, obviously it's a service dog. So I just looked down and saw the badge, and it said, only Prince Harry, only Prince Harry is allowed to touch him. And I thought, oh my God, that's brilliant. So I asked the guy, can I take a picture of that and tweet it? And he goes, yeah, sure. So I sent that tweet about, saying that I hope Prince Harry gets to meet Robert
Laszlo, yeah.
and Laszlo. And on that tweet, I think the following day, I got a tweet from someone that obviously read the tweet and sent a message to say that Prince Harry actually met him. And I think that picture that you've shown there is what she sent to me. And I thought, oh, that's brilliant.
I just thought it was so amazing. Can you talk a little bit about Robert?
Well, Robert has PTSD, and he'd before the Invictus, he had not been out of his in public. I'm sure, did he say, I can't remember, he said 13 or 15 years.
13 years, yeah.
13 years.
13 years.
So he hadn't been out of his house, and this Invictus would have been the first public space he's been in. And even when we were talking, you could see that he was a bit nervous and anxious. But we were just saying to him, look, that the Invictus game, then it's a family, that you're going to see lots of people in the same situation as you. When you get out there, all those nerves and that anxiousness is going to disappear. And another lady from team, I think she was from Team USA as well. She was with the friends and family from Team USA, and she was saying, we both were saying that we just hope that Prince Harry meets them and stuff like that, and that's what happened. And it was, and he from what I could see, he met them twice, so it was great.
Yeah, I just thought that was amazing. So was he coming to support like an athlete, or was he just coming to see the games?
He actually he played table. I think he played table tennis, if I'm not mistaken. He was actually one of the competitors.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
he was
didn't
a
realize
competitor.
that.
Yeah, he's a competitor. I wasn't sure. I can't remember if it was weightlifting or table tennis. It was one of the two, but he was a competitor.
Wow. That is so awesome. When I saw you tweet, like, oh my goodness, and your tweet at the bottom, I had 2 goals, one has been completed.
Yes.
For sharing with me. And I told Robert that Prince Harry will find him. Twitter can be a cesspit, but then something like this happens and makes it all worthwhile.
Yeah.
And I mean, Twitter just did its thing, and somehow I guess it got to Harry, and he got to meet Laszlo.
Yeah, twice. From what I saw, because he went to meet him, he saw him again, and that was in my presence. But I was too busy at that time speaking to the Harry and Meghan's PR. That was when I gave them. That's when I gave them my book.
Yeah. Oh, you gave them. Tell me. I didn't realize that. Tell me about that.
Well, I was trying to get them to come to to the bench, and she kept on saying to me, "Oh, if there's time, there's time." So in my head, that just means it's not going to happen, because if they wanted to, I know the Germans didn't really put it in the schedule, so I just thought it's not going to happen, and I can't see them if they're not really been explained what that bench was all about, they're not going to just put it in there. So I'd already made up my mind it wasn't going to happen. So, and I've already missed the opportunity of having a photograph with Meghan twice. So I just thought, third time lucky, that's not going to happen. So I just gave her the book there, explained to her briefly how important it would be for Meghan to have that project as something that would, take her into Africa. And she smiled and said okay and took the book, but it's not the same if you had actually said that directly to Meghan, because I'm sure she would have got it. Yeah.
Well, pray that she, fingers crossed that she got it. That is wonderful. And you got to see them all the time, or just a few times, or?
Oh, I saw them every single day. But the only thing is, because when you're a volunteer, you can't really, like, if it was when I was working. Like last year, when I was kind of like doing my own thing, I could rush to it. But when you're working, you have to kind of respect your it wouldn't be a good look to see people people that are volunteering dragging to take photographs
Right.
with with the dignitaries. But but the
Yeah,
thing
no, I
is,
totally
she
understand that. Yeah.
came. When she came to watch, she watched most of all the Nigerian teams, and she did tell them that she would. So one of the squaddies, when she came to watch I think it was the basketball. I can't even remember which one it was. So I got a phone call saying, "Oh my God, Meghan's here." So I thought, all right. She said, "Leave everything and get down here." So I ran off. I said to the lady, "I'll be back. I've got to go and see Meghan." And then I ran to the stadium where they were. But in my mind, I was expecting them to be down where it's kind of secure, and then because I could go in there because I was working under the press, so I could go down there. So I went down there thinking that's where she was, and when I got up there, looked up, Meghan and Harry were absolutely sitting in the crowd with the Nigerian supporters, and I was like, wow. I couldn't believe my eyes. They were actually in the middle of the crowd. I couldn't believe it. And they sat there. Apparently, they sat there to watch the game. And I thought to myself, and by the time I was able to, because it took a long way to get to where they were, by the time I got up there, they had left. If I had known that's where because I'd never thought that that's where they would be. And never 1 minute came to my part that they would be there, but they were actually sat in the midst of the Nigerian supporters. And then you saw some of the people of Ukraine that came to support the Nigerian team. You saw them with their flag at the back.
Yeah, in the back of them. Yeah, that's what we saw when they were going
But
crazy.
they were actually supporting the Nigerian team.
Yeah.
They came to support the game, and then they didn't really know that Harry and Meghan were going to sit there. So as soon as they did, they had the opportunity to put their flag up. But it was all the Nigerian supporters, and I never thought that's where they would go and sit. I thought they would be somewhere where it's more secure. Even I didn't even think any of the bodyguards were even close by, because all the Nigerians and the honorary Nigerians were all there, because they all claimed they were Nigerians, giving her gifts and giving her words of encouragement. And also it was just so amazing. Even though I missed it, I was so happy for everyone that was able to hug her. And oh my God, it was just wonderful. It was
Oh,
really great.
before you go on, peace.
Oh.
I was just alerted. Petal, fix her name. It says Praise, not Peace. Fix your name, Peace.
I get called all sorts, so I'm not worried.
I just saw that I have to highlight it. Take you a little back. And I didn't even notice. I said praise. Well, today you are praise.
That's okay. That's okay. It's all in with love.
So what was it like for you? I mean, I can only imagine how it was like for you. Just the joy. I mean, I know for me, just experiencing the joy from the Nigerian, as we got it as online and we were watching it online and watching you guys tweets and all of that. What was it like in person, just hanging with our Nigerian peeps over there?
Honestly, I don't even know if it was the best thing ever. And the Nigerian team, obviously they didn't come with their own entourage, with all the friends and family. So we just became their friends and family, and they took us in as if we were their own. It was just so beautiful to see. And I think the first game they did, and I think Peacemaker, my namesake, I've taken him now. He got gold. And it
Yes.
was like, oh my God, I was so proud. And before even Meghan turned up, when Harry was saying there's going to be a little bit of bias because of her 43%, and onto that, Meghan did not mess about. When it came to her Nigerian team, she took them on board. She oh my God, it was just so beautiful. And then because even we went to the friends and family party that the very night Meghan arrived. I mean, she was only there for the speech, and then she left because she only arrived that day.
Right.
But you could just tell how she was just wonderful. I mean, she was just beautiful with her speech, and it was just being there, and everybody just loved her. Everybody just wanted a piece of her. So it was just so difficult to, you know, get. I mean, the press would make you feel that everybody hates her, but she is loved, and we made
Oh, we
sure
could
that
tell
she
though.
felt
We
it.
could tell the love.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
the
made
press
sure.
was mute. We muted the British press, especially. They
Yeah,
were
yeah,
completely
definitely.
mute.
I too. I didn't even listen to anything they had to say
Yeah.
until the day I got back. But we made sure that she felt that love. And every time we got back, it was like, because she used to walk by me nearly every day, and then she goes, "I goes, I love you, Megan." She goes, "I love you too." And I did. My
Oh,
phone had broken. I only got my phone back yesterday after from repairs, but it had broken, so I couldn't even get that. But I said
oh
maybe
God.
somebody is going to get that, have that video, and it will pop up somewhere. But she was just walking by from Canada House back to their VIP thing, and she walked right by me, and I goes, "We love you, Megan," and she goes, "I love you too," and I was like, brilliant. And then there was an
Oh.
incident where we was actually watching. I think it was the day she was giving out the medals with the USA
Mhm.
team, and everybody was going, "No, we love you, Megan." Everybody was shouting, "You love you, Megan." And I thought, okay, and I go, "Sussex squad," and she turned round and started blowing us all kisses.
Oh.
That's why I say, for people that think that she doesn't know about us, she knows. She
She
knows
knows.
because
They both know. Yeah.
yeah, she knows. She definitely knows because I mean, she everybody was just shouting for her from left, right, and centre. And we love you, Megan. And she was waving and she was doing, but I was behind her. And as soon as I shouted, "Oh, the Sussex squad," she turned round and started to blow us all kisses. And everyone was like, "Oh my God." that video, that video is actually circling around somewhere, but
Yeah.
that one we have that. And it was just so nice. She do oh, I don't know. I just love her even more now after Germany.
Yeah. And so I love, especially that she got a chance to hang out with the team for a little bit. We saw the
Yeah.
video, obviously,
Mm.
and just the joy. I mean, it was so infectious. The joy of the Nigerian team is just like,
Oh, they
it
loved her. They
was just
absolutely
so
loved her.
fun.
And you know the funny thing, because obviously the Nigerian team, most of the Nigerian team, they're not really squaddies. They just
Right.
came to do the Invictus. But then they started to realize the love that they have for Meghan, and
Mhm.
they just passed it on to her. They came to me and they asked me, "Oh, what Nigerian name should we give her?" So the first one that popped into my head was Ngozi. So they gave her Ngozi and some two other names that I can't even remember. I only remember the one I gave, and and they presented that to her on a plaque. So she had some
Oh.
sort of a plaque that they had given to her, and they just let her know that she's part of them, and
Mhm.
she just accepted that she was part of them. I mean, Harry was just shading her, didn't even really want people to get in there, but it was like one of the squaddies had given her some children's books.
Mhm.
So she goes, "Oh, are these for my children?" And the girl said, "No, they're for our children."
Oh.
And then Prince Harry took the book and he held it to his heart and he goes, "For my children." She goes, "No, our children." And that was just a typical Nigerian response.
Yeah, it's all so yeah, we're all family.
It's our family now.
And that's what, especially when they were sitting in the stands and
Yeah,
all the Niger it was just like someone announced someone said on Twitter, like, if the Nigerian aunties had their way, they would have just taken Megan off to Nigeria with them.
yeah, yeah. We are already asking the question, when are you coming to Nigeria? When are you coming to Nigeria? And she's going, "Soon, soon." I said, "Well, you better make that soon."
That is, I mean, I think that's the thing that I love so much because I mean, just all of the squaddies that were there. I mean, Nigeria. I mean, goodness, talk about representing
Oh,
Nigeria.
they represent, even half of them is not even Nigerian, but they represented. That's why I said the honorary squaddies. They all stepped up to the game.
Mhm. That was really, really wonderful to see. Absolutely wonderful to see. And here you are with some more.
Oh my God, I got the best hugs. I mean, I had the best hugs at this. I mean, I thought with like I said, I now have to go back on my word. Did I say that they were the Hague 22 was on equal path? No, I lied. Germany topped them. I had these hugs. This is, even though this is Emmanuel, he was team
UK.
UK. I called him a traitor. That night was I think that was the last night where they had a party for the friends and family. So all the teams and their friends and family all partied together. Obviously, we were the Nigerian friends and family, so we were able to get in there.
Yeah.
So I said to him, as much as he's a traitor because he's Nigerian, but he's team UK, we still loved him. And then the guy in the other picture, which is Derek, he's the one. Yeah, he's the one that got the Nigerian team. Him and David Wiseman. They did all the hard work getting Team Nigeria onto the Invictus game. So it was just so lovely. Did you see the picture of me and David Wiseman?
You know, I had to bring that in here. Hang on one second. Of course. Let me get there. Well, even before David, here are you and JJ.
Oh, this is JJ. Well, this is the day when the team USA won, and I switched T-shirts. So I said
JJ was not impressed.
He wasn't impressed.
T-shirt at the bottom there. You just
he wasn't impressed because I went over to him. I goes, "Oh, hi, I'm from the UK," and he goes, "What are you doing in this US T-shirt?" I said, "Look, I'm on the winning team." So he just shook his head.
And here's you and David right there. Aww.
Yeah. It is so lovely because, funny enough, when I took the picture with JJ, David was sitting down behind us, but I felt a little bit that I didn't really think he was approachable, so I just walked by him. So I didn't really, do any eye contact because I thought he didn't look approachable. And then on the last day when we had that party and he was there, he was dancing to the Nigerian tunes and all of that stuff. And then then we went and danced with him. He was just so lovely, so down to earth. And I was like, my God, are you really British? Because he is just so lovely. And the funny thing is, the following day, when we were leaving at the airport, we was at the airport together with different flights, but we were all in the queue and we were talking about the anniversary for the Invictus 10 years anniversary. Mm-hmm. So I was saying to him that, that they should let us know what's going to happen so we can do our bit. So he said, they haven't really put anything in stone, but as soon as they do, he will tweet it out. So I said, well, now that you've been mingling with the squaddies, don't you think you're going to get a lot of hate? He said he doesn't care, that he just puts his tweets on there. He doesn't even read responses and he just goes away, that he doesn't care what they say about him. So I was like, okay, that's fine.
Good. Well, yeah, if you read his tweets, it's all about motivational stuff. And that's all he really, running and his motivational business. That's all he really tweets.
Because I never really paid attention to him until to Germany, and I said to him, are you sure you don't mind me putting this picture out? And he goes, he doesn't care what any negative stuff, he doesn't read them. I thought, okay, then that's fine. Fair enough.
Good. Yeah. And again, for those of you who don't know, David and Derek are the ones that really got Team Nigeria to the games. I mean, we've done numerous episodes with him in Nigeria. Actually, him in Colombia and also in Israel. So he has been the person that's been really working with these new teams to get them. And he's also been in Kenya. And so I'm assuming Kenya would be there. Don't be surprised if Kenya is in Vancouver and Whistler in 2025 because he's been working there. And also the Kenyan ambassador was at the game. She was with Harry and they were talking about the games. And again, David, we have photos from earlier in the year, David in Kenya working with the team there to try to get veterans from Kenya. So I wouldn't be surprised if I see Kenya there. And so David has been instrumental. He's like literally, they look at him as a, honorary Nigerian now.
Yes,
he's just one of the team.
And the thing is that what they told me, Derek and David, that they're trying to, because 2027, Kenya is bidding to host the Invictus Games, and so
Wow.
is Nigeria. But the thing is, Kenya's got the infrastructure to do it now, but they don't
Mm.
have the money. Whereas
Ah.
Nigeria, they have the money, but they haven't got the infrastructure. But they will build an Invictus village if needs be. So that bid
Wow.
is going on now, and Derek seems to think that Nigeria will get it. So if not 27, it'll be 29. So
Yeah.
you don't be surprised when Nigeria will be the next hosting party.
Oh my goodness, there'll be just so much love. That's all
Yeah,
you know. There's going to be so much love
yeah.
there. Oh my goodness. It is, I mean, I just absolutely love it. I love how, just I think that's one of the big thing I got from it. There was just so much love and it was just so out there and it was just big and it was just present and you didn't have to wonder how people feel. They just told you.
Yeah,
Even like the president, it was just like, oh my goodness, they were just like falling all over themselves.
yeah. Because this sort of thing, the Invictus game, you know, is new to them.
Mhm.
Pampering and talking so much love about especially the Germans. Is they're not used to that. They don't really. Unlike even the UK, I'd say okay, they do sometimes, but like with the US, you guys know how you treat your servicemen and how
Mhm.
you make sure that they are, 100%, or you try to make sure that they feel loved. Germany don't have that, so that's what the Invictus Games was all about to them. So they
Right.
had the personnel, the army personnel from all over Germany coming on different days to come
Mhm.
and see what was going on at at Dusseldorf, just to see that this is how they want to be appreciating the servicemen. So to them, it was just wonderful. It was great.
Right. Lydia, thank you so much for your donation. Thank you, Psych Pedal. We're truly enjoying this interaction. Love when you talk to Peace. Such a wonderful podcast. Thank you both for, great
Thank
report.
you. God
Thank
bless you.
you. Yes, Peace is amazing. Love having her here. Thank you so much, Lydia. So kind. Thank
Thank
you, thank you,
you.
thank you. Um, question from since that you were by the bench, and so I'm assuming you were able to talk about the German people. What kind of the sense that you got? Like one, when the entire there was like what about 1,500 of them that came from the oh shoot, the military. Oh, all of a sudden I'm forgetting what it's called now. There was like a military day where they all came with their families.
Oh, it was every day. They had them from
Oh, so it
different,
was every day was
from
like
all
that.
over Germany. They had different
Oh,
personnel come, and then some of them would come with their family. Then they had some come from the schools. So it was every single day while we were out there that happened. But
oh,
to be honest with you, when before I was a little bit anxious because the Brits made you always feel like the Germans are these cold people.
mhm.
They make you feel like they're not receiving. They don't receive non-Germans and stuff like that. But unless their president had already warned them beforehand that they must be absolutely wonderful to the people that are at the Victor's Games, or that whole week that they need to be lovely, they were absolutely wonderful people. They were so nice.
Wow, that's
They were
so great
so
to hear.
helpful. Even, without, when you feel lost, like when you want something, when at the beginning, when you were not quite sure where my connecting buses were, or the connecting trains were, before they could what when you. Because I'm the kind of person, before I have to be absolutely desperate before I ask for help. So I would
Mhm.
try my possible best to try and work out where I needed to be. And before they even they could just look at you and think, "Are you lost? Do you need my
Oh
help?"
wow.
That type of thing. So I was thinking to myself, the Brits would never do that unless you actually ask for it. So
Mm.
someone could turn around and tell me that, for that week they've been told by their president that they need to be absolutely lovely to all the visitors, then they were so nice. I'd never encountered anything untoward while I was out there by any of
Wow.
them.
Wow. Oh, so what I was trying to remember, NATO, there was like a NATO day where I remember Harry and Meghan did like this whole like huge picture with like about 1,000 people, it looked like. So when NATO brought their whole the whole team there, so it was like that all the time, or was that day
It was
different?
like that all the time. I mean, obviously
Oh,
that if NATO will probably have a bigger entourage, but
mhm.
every day they had army personnel come from all over Germany. They
Wow.
must have picked certain regiments to come each day.
Mhm.
So it was a different. You see different people come and enjoy the day, and everything was free. So they enjoyed. They just lavished in it and enjoyed thinking, oh well, if this is
Right.
how it's going to be with the army personnel, then good. But we don't know.
Mm, that is awesome. And what was it like? Even because what I saw was like a lot of kids, like a lot of school kids were
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
A lot.
They
What was it like for them? Because I'm like,
they loved
they
it.
seem to be having a great time.
Absolutely loved it because the Germans thought of everything, everything. So they had places they would go to, like there was an American, I can't remember what it was called, but it was USO or something. There was an American company that was there. So they do lots of computer games and all
Mm.
those gadgets and all of that stuff. So you had a tent where all those kids, that's where they wanted to be. And then you
Ah,
had places like with Amazon that they had their different gadgets and stuff. So all the kids were going from those kind of places. So it was just wonderful. It was just lovely. And they had places where they had the helicopter where they could go on into the helicopter,
right.
not sit in the cockpit, but you could sit at the back, and
Mhm.
when they jump out and all of that stuff, you can have photographs taken there. So the kids were just like, oh well, God, there was like candy in a sweet shop. What do we do next? They were so excited.
Right.
You see the picture with me and Laszlo, where they all there came to play with the dog as well. That kept Laszlo busy while he could leave me alone, while I could just deal with my photograph. So the kids just loved it. They really, really enjoyed it.
Right. And I also saw where they also had a place where people can go and enjoy some of the pretend like they're the competitors. So they have like the wheelchair basketball and all of
Yeah,
that stuff.
yeah, they had that as well. Yeah, so it was just you could just if, obviously you're not disabled or anything, but they will strap you into these wheelchairs as if to say you were, so you get a feel of how the disabled people are and how they have to play the games and what their disabilities are and all of that. So they had a broad. It was just wonderful. I mean, the first couple of days it was boiling hot. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to melt here. They even had like a swimming pool for the dogs, so that's how they thought about everything. Hello.
Wow, sorry.
Oh,
There was a little bit of a chatting going on outside, so I kind of muted
oh,
myself and
okay. I
realized
thought
I
I,
forgot
I
and I
thought
had
I
myself mute. I was like, oh wait, I'm mute.
I thought I'd cut off or something. Yeah, so
Yeah,
they
no,
had
no.
they had like swimming pools for the dogs, so the dogs would you could go and watch that.
Mhm.
It was just brilliant. It was really, really, really good. I didn't really think German could pull it off, but they did. They did.
Wow. And we could feel it. That's why when they signed off a couple yesterday, it
Yeah,
was so sad. I literally
I
felt like
know.
so emotional when they were signing off. They're like, yeah, we're
Yeah,
gonna pass it off. And it was just like, oh my gosh, it's over.
I
It's
know.
really
It's so, honestly, I feel so deflated. It was just yesterday, this evening, when on Facebook, and then it just got this message that came to my thing. It goes, "Oh, you might just want to join Vancouver and Whistler's Facebook account." And I was thinking, I've only just finished. I haven't even finished with the Dusseldorf one yet. So I joined.
over.
It's just with another 2 years for you to be talking about what's going to happen in Canada and all of that type of stuff. So I joined their account, but we're still messaging each other in the Dusseldorf one, sending pictures of
Mhm.
things, people asking for uniforms for memories. I said, well, I don't need nobody's uniform. I brought all mine and I'll be wearing it with pleasure. I can't wait. I can't wait for it to rain. So I got my big yellow raincoat on,
I
got
saw
ready
the
to
little,
work.
rain poncho thing that you have.
Yeah.
What was it like? I mean, did you get a chance to just hang out with a lot of the squaddies and stuff there?
Oh
Like,
yeah,
did you guys do a
they
lot?
all, because they saw me tweeting it. That was the meeting point. Everybody,
Ah,
if you wanted to meet anyone, just meet me at the bench. So
at the
that
bench.
was actually the meeting point. I mean, there was not a lot of pictures of that because obviously some of them don't want to be
Of
seen. But
course.
I've
Yeah,
got
yeah.
lots of photographs with lots of squaddies. Even now, I still don't even know who's who because you don't really you get to they introduce themselves with their names, but not their Twitter handle. So I don't even really know who I was meeting.
Which one? Oh,
But I
I
got
see,
lots
I
of
see.
photographs with loads of squaddies, but
Yeah,
obviously I'm not going to post the photos because they
of
don't
course.
wanted them. But I actually didn't take the photographs because I said to them, if you know you don't want it to be on Twitter, just use your own phone and you're in control of the pictures. So
Exactly.
that's the way I did it. So I've got lots of photographs with lots of squaddies, which
Yeah.
obviously they have, and they would post in their own spaces. So yeah, it was my bench was actually the meeting point for
Meetings point.
most of the
Wow.
squad.
Did
Yeah,
you guys all stay together or like,
no,
but
no,
everybody was in different
everywhere
places?
was everywhere. But we did. There was one evening when we all went out. There's about 12 of us. We all
Okay.
went out for dinner. That was
Oh,
really
nice.
lovely. We went to. I think the day where we went to take the photograph at the IM, the Rhine River.
Hmm.
You know the picture where it's got
Yeah,
the
yeah,
IM. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So we all rushed to go and take our photograph there, and then we went to dinner after that. So yeah,
Ah,
it was just lovely for especially people that I talked to in space, just to put a face to the
to the
to the
name.
Twitter
Yeah.
handle. Yeah, and yeah, so the people that I actually met were people that I actually know on Spaces,
Hmm.
so that was quite nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is why the middle picture there's the I am picture there.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, we
Okay.
all
Yeah.
we all rushed down there to get our picture there, and then we from there went off to have dinner.
So is this right by the stadium, I'm assuming?
No, no, no. We had to get on a train. It was about another
Oh.
20 minutes away or 25 minutes
Oh,
away.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And so
Mm.
tell us about that. You getting on, did you get on that tanker or you just took a picture with it?
Oh, I took a picture with that one.
Oh. Well, you went up into that big old truck the last time with the very cute soldier. So,
Well,
you never
that
know.
was because of the very cute soldier. I was quite disappointed he didn't come this time. I
Uh,
went looking for him.
so Elizabeth says, but I love the interview with the volunteers. Was great. I was in tears with the Nigerian team. Loved the interview. It was great. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. Let's see. If you have any questions for Peace before we end, definitely let me check through and see if there are any questions. Sherry says she loved German food when she was there. How was the food, by the way? Thank you, Sherry.
It was all right. I mean, I mean, when we went to dinner, the food was fabulous. The meat
Oh,
just, yeah, oh my God, I had a steak, and that just melted in my mouth. That was beautiful. But
oh wow.
because they fed us, um, the food was free for the volunteers, so we had the food from their canteen. It was edible. Let's put it
Oh,
that way.
okay. Okay. Sherry said that the games, this Invictus games Dusseldorf was very well planned.
Yes, it was definitely.
Okay. Let's see. Lorna says, I think either Kenya, Nigeria, or Italy hosting Summer Invictus Games 2027 and Korea with their magnificent Olympic winter and summer facilities hosting 2029. Yeah, it's great that they're all
Oh,
definitely
bidding, yeah.
vying for the games. That is,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
you think of everybody
I
running
thought
away from
Korea.
the Commonwealth Games, and everybody now is like, I want to host Invictus.
Yeah, exactly. And I was actually thinking Korea was bidding for 2027. That's why I thought Nigeria and Kenya will probably end up the 29. But I think Korea is a strong hosting country for 2027. Maybe I got that wrong, but that's what I thought, because
Yeah.
we were thinking about 2029, because Nigeria, if they were to host, they were going to have to build the Invictus really, so they would need to be 2029. But
Okay, yeah, give them a little bit
yeah,
of time to
yeah.
build. Okay.
But
Let's see.
I'd just like, because I remember seeing a tweet from some deranger where they were saying that give it a year or two that the Invictus will be no more. But then you see all these countries bidding to host it. So that
Yeah.
shows how much they know.
Yeah. Exactly. Let's see. Well, it's actually getting a little loud here. My family has arrived. So I think I'm going to have to unfortunately end it here because it'll get a little bit too loud. But Peace, thank you so much for
You're
coming on.
welcome.
I
You're welcome.
appreciate you so much coming on and sharing with us
Yeah.
just your incredible journey. And I'm still, I'm not jealous at all. I'm just, I'm just not jealous
But just
because you
tell me
know how much I
you're going to
wanted to
come to
come.
Canada. That's
Yes,
all.
I will be in Canada.
That's all right then, because you have
Yes.
no excuse, because it's next door to you.
It's right next door. Exactly.
Yes.
It's right next door. So I will definitely, Lord willing, He keeps us all
Keep us
alive and
all alive.
healthy.
Yeah.
And yes, we'll be in Canada. But I so appreciate you coming on and sharing. Oh my
It's
goodness.
my
And
pleasure. My pleasure.
thank you so much. I'm telling you, because we muted the British press,
Yeah.
all our information came from you guys.
Mm.
And so you guys did such an amazing job on reporting out on the games that it was just like, yes, we did not need the press. So thank you for that.
You're
So
welcome.
all right. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, guys.
And I should hopefully you come back on whenever
Okay.
you are interested in coming back on and we can chat again. So I
No worries.
appreciate you coming on. Thanks, Keys.
You're welcome.
Or Grace, as you say.
Oh, is that me that spelled it that way? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice. It's because I was 4 minutes late, and I was thinking, oh my God, I got to get on. Let's get on. So I just typed it so quickly.
Well, just for today, your name is Price. So
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
There you go. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you so much for our awesome moderators who have kept our chat safe as normal. Thank you, Lydia, Church, Nelly, Karen M, Cookies and Cream, and Black Queen. Thank you all so much. Thank you, everyone in the chat who are here. I appreciate every single one of you. And I will see you all next time. Have a fantastic rest of the day. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.